This programming is brought to you by How to Be a Dope Artist, a book that will help you design your ideal creative blueprint.
Most people think that art is about talent. No, art is really life, like literally life. We say it, people think artists are crazy for saying it, but every time you create, you're practicing patience, determination, discipline. Just as a few things. Isn't that life? Do you not need these same skills to maintain a family, a successful business, a community? So I have an opinion about 5 ways that art makes you a better person. I'm sharing real quick. First, number 1, art is a wellness practice. And not like, going to the chiropractor, but say for instance this little situation right here. This is my work setup. This is where I type in admin and whatever. But when it's time for me to really, I can make art here too, but when it's time for me to do a collage or something like that, or if I want to go out and photograph leaves, I'm really into nature this year. It's been like that a bit, but yeah, if I want to walk around just in street photographer, getting fresh air, hopefully, talking to people, maybe, just seeing nice things, seeing the world. I mean, the world can be pretty ugly in some spaces, but what I'm saying is, I'm not at this desk, so wellness just in like, I do go to the chiropractor, so making sure my posture stay right and doing activities that keep me from being, this guy. But that's just an example. I mean, some people do murals, some people, just do things with their body, be suspended from equipment and shit. I'm sure that's good for you some type of way. Art takes you to just different places. You might end up hiking or something like that. I hope this all sounds convincing. Anyway, number 2.
Okay, welcome. So, this is my space. I share it with Nicole Ancong. She's an awesome artist too, and I think we really work great with one another. As you can see, I do a lot of things.
Art connects you to people. So the hiking thing, just as an example, I was just mentioning that. So yeah, imagine you just meet somebody in an art gallery. All right, art galleries are places where people go, and everybody's weird together. So it's like a small group of people we here because we looking at art, and then you discover that somebody else likes to go outside as well. So y'all go hiking together, and then y'all talk and just learn about all this stuff, and it's just like, man, I would love to go to Portugal or some shit. And then you never know. You end up hiking and making art at a residency in Portugal. This is a completely logical, possible situation. But I'm just saying, overall, art and the, exposure to art, the exploration of art, going to places that expose you just to something else outside of your shell, outside of your bubble. There are just so many thoughts circulating or that circulate because people make art. You would never know what people had in their head unless we made art. Number 3, art allows you to explore the deep concepts, the things that sometimes can't be put into words, the things that people don't have language for, or organized visuals, to even understand, yes, this immense painting of the color cerulean, that is my brain. And that's just how it is for some people.
I definitely have things that are like, some are old stuff. Like this is like super old. I think I did that in like 2012. But you can see how it's like resurfacing in my work now, because I was working with this idea of like collard greens back then. And now I'm using it in my work now, with like resin collard greens, and just playing around with different like sculptural pieces with that. For me, like collard greens were always like a symbol of family, of growth, of nourishment. And so I always like, I had a really big infatuation with them, and I think it's coming back. So like a lot of these pieces talk about that, talk about growth, talk about like my journey to food or my journey to self. Talk about like, I always rest on like journeys. Like I love that traveling. So like even like in my pieces now, like I'm doing a lot of like hand woven pieces or playing with thread and doing it by hand. And I think that's like a journey in itself. It's like been like a meditation, but it also has like a language to it. And it also is able to tell like a story of like a path. And pieces coming together. So I think like throughout, and I've been leaning in it more and more as I play more and more, is just piecing things together. Like I feel like I've been a collage artist my whole life. Like I've been, you know, whether it's like manipulating a photo to make it all come together, or in a tattoo, you put in pieces together to bring this picture alive. So now I'm just like fully like leaning into it more and not being scared to like, oh, okay, well I already take photos of my subjects. Why not manipulate it in this way, or why not piece this together like that? And so just like fully leaning into that space.
Number 4, art helps us make sense of the world, which I'm sure is a really big theme right now. Like, what is happening? That phrase, you know, about artists stepping up, I'm really paraphrasing, stepping up and reflecting the world and doing the work, representing the times. Nina Simone said that. And I think whoever said this is times like these when artists go to work. That's a quote through somebody else. I think Toni Morrison get the credit, but I think she was quoting somebody else in an interview when she said it. But yeah, it's a really big responsibility making sense of the world, but artists are in like such a unique position based off of just like the fact that making art keeps us from going crazy. Back to the wellness thing. Making art connects us to people we otherwise maybe wouldn't interact with or talk to. We explore these deep concepts in our practice, and then through this process we start to make sense of things. It's like, oh, okay, all right. I'm not about to provide any, you know, specific example, because I mean art is very subjective, but it has that power. Like, yeah, I was having a deep thought about something completely different, but not different. Anyway, however way we want to see the world, like I said, if you see the world in just the rich colors of blue and shit like that, and somebody else can show you that in a very like, you know, large scale, I mean, just understanding that person's life may help you understand yourself better. Like this person who has dedicated their life to just painting blue, it's like, yo, this person knows me. And I guess that's, you know, like how it goes. I'm still looking for that type of art that hits me like that. Number 5, the last one for today, because there's many more ways that art helps you become a better person, but art opens the world up to you simply because you open yourself up to it. Like, the more that you experience art and make an effort to just understand like how present it is in like every single thing that we do. Like, all of this stuff is designed, you know what I mean? Every single thing. And when you just really become so interested in the world, where you can just appreciate the art and, you know, how this lens barrel was designed or whatever, it just takes you different places. It's a very reciprocal practice, this art thing. It is possible to make art and be withdrawn and it just be for you and all of that. And I ain't trying to shade anybody who make art just for themselves. But I have just personally noticed that there is so much more that you get from the world. Possibly, you know, those things that you are being maybe overly anxious about, in a depressive mode about. I mean, redirecting, you know, like who your art can serve really brings a lot of energy back that you may need. So that's me speaking from experience, becoming a documentarian and photographing people and trying to figure out how to create stories with others. Immediately made me aware of the fact that I could not just be this like completely inward person out in the world, because that shit is awkward. Like, imagine you just this person who's just super like introverted and just in your own mind while standing around with a camera looking at people. Yeah, I mean, really think about it. If you are somebody who has an artistic practice, or if you're looking to take on an artistic practice, like, think about 5 ways that art has either made you a better person or can make you a better person. Now, if this is something, you know, that you're looking to discuss further or just understand more, like, you can do that with me. Hit me up, email me, or shoot me a DM, and let's talk about the How to Be a Dope Artist program that I'm developing. It already is encompassed, pardon me, within this book that I wrote a couple years ago. And this book got caught out in the rain, don't judge it. But that's my display copy. These books are fragile. People touch them and then whatever. But How to Be a Dope Artist is a series that I've developed that really breaks down step by step how you can create your own artistic blueprint. And I think the biggest part about being dope is just having enough intention and courage to decide, this is how I want my life to be. This is how it's going to be, no matter what the circumstances. So if that's something, you know, that you're interested in figuring out together with someone right now in these times, hit me up. Thank you for sitting through this video. You can see more information about this book and learn about the workshops that I'm doing this fall by hitting me up. Send me a DM, email me. Let me know where are you in your artistic journey? What are you currently experimenting on, and where do you want it to go?
And I love NON-SENSICAL. I'm gonna get the same thing I always get.
What you get?
The birria.
The what?
Birria tacos.
Oh, okay. You said that's so different. I thought
like
it was burrito. You said birria.
I like to roll my R's. I don't know if that's because I took French in high school or
I took French. My R don't roll like that. No.
I get your R's rolling now, cuz. Stop playing.
Yes, I think the itis is just the American itis. Because when I went to Portugal, I was mixing all the carbs, all the proteins, having all the drinks, eating all like 6-course meals, starting off with some coffee, straight into some liquor, and I was walking around like no tomorrow and could have another 6-course meal in like an hour.
Well, you're doing the thing. You're doing all the things.
Thank you. We're all doing all the
Leading
things.
the way, trailblazing.
Ooh,
You know, showing us how to do it, man. I've definitely learned a lot just watching the presentation or the preparation of your exhibit, and just kind of seeing you like move throughout the year, this year so far. And even just like how you've refined your color palettes and, you know, brought different mediums together and made the work live. Like that piece from the anniversary exhibit, I was like, she's making artifacts. She's not even making art no more. these are museum. This is she gonna see in the museum in the future, and they're gonna be like, who are these people? You know, like what did they do in their lives, and what does this thing mean? Is this some ancient technology? And to many degrees, it is.
I'm so honored
It is
to even be seen like that, because